Hi darlings, welcome to another time with your girl and midwife. I hope your week is going fabulous like mine is. If you're new on this channel, my name is Lydia, but everybody here calls me Auntie Midwife, and this vlog is a pregnancy and parenting vlog. I talk midwifery, I talk pregnancy, parenting, labor, postnatal, how to take care of your newborns and everything in between. So this is here to go for expert advice and information on everything pregnancy related, labor related, family planning, caring for your newborn and stuff like that. I have got you. I do these videos with my baby girl Adepa, so you would be hearing her voice in the background. Please try to overlook it. She is my main girl, she's my PA, she's my hype woman, and we do these videos together. So if you have not hit the subscribe button yet, please do. And if you are already subscribed to this channel, I want to thank you so much for the love and support. I am getting good positive feedback from you guys in my DMs, on social media, in my email, on my website, and I appreciate the love that you are showing me. Today I want us to talk about protecting your pregnancy, or what you can do to protect your pregnancy. So why don't you come along and let's learn. Every pregnant woman wants what's best for her unborn child as well as herself. I don't think there's any woman out there who is not careful about what they do in pregnancy, or doesn't think about how to protect her pregnancy. So I feel like this topic is very important because there are certain things we do unknowingly, we don't know, unconsciously, we don't know that these things could affect our pregnancies. And the first thing I want to talk about on what you can do to protect your pregnancy is eating well. Eating well. The popular saying that as a pregnant woman, what you eat is what you feed your child or your unborn child. Yes, so it is important that as a pregnant woman that you eat well, that you eat healthy, that you eat good food. So eating well, it's I don't know, I cannot overstate it. Eating well during pregnancy, especially during pregnancy, is very important because your baby is gonna get all those nutrients transferred to him or her in utero, and this is what's going to actually keep your baby healthy, keep your baby strong, and help your baby to grow and develop well. So as a pregnant woman, you want to be eating a well balanced diet. And what I mean with by a well balanced diet is you need to eat foods that contains all the food nutrients in their right proportions. So you make sure each meal you are eating contains carbohydrates, proteins, vitamins, minerals, a little bit of components from all the food groups. Yes, and then you top it up with fruits and vegetables, which is very good for you and for your baby as well. So eat well, eat rich, and don't forget your baby gets nutrients from what you eat. So you have to stick to healthy diet, healthy food, especially in pregnancy. During pregnancy, you don't want to be eating too much sugary stuff, junk food. You don't need all of that during pregnancy. In pregnancy, you want to be eating food that it's good for your baby. It's important to remember that you're actually not eating for only yourself, but you're eating for your baby. And by that I don't mean the size or portion of food that you eat, but actually the quality of what you are actually putting inside you. So it is important to eat well to protect your pregnancy. The next thing I would talk about on how to protect your pregnancy is, can you take a guess? Okay, is taking folic acid and other food supplements. Okay, it is important to take folic acid during pregnancy every day. You need to take iron and folic acid tablets to increase the iron in your blood. Inadequate iron will lead to sickness, will lead to anemia, and which will make you and the baby weak, sick, and tired. So it is important to take your iron or your folic acid every day. Folic acid helps your baby to grow, to develop well. It helps the baby's organs to develop well. It prevents the baby from birth defects and all that. Yes, it is very important that your baby gets that dose of folic acid. I think 4 milligram of folic acid every day. You need to do this for your baby and to keep your pregnancy safe. It is actually recommended that women of reproductive age, especially women trying to conceive, should take folic acid every day. It actually helps you to even conceive, right? And to even prepare, your reproductive organs and everything, your system for pregnancy. So taking folic acid is actually very, very, very important, and you don't want to take it lightly at all. Taking iron tablet is not dangerous for your baby, and you need to make sure you are getting that dose of iron each day for your baby, because your baby needs it. All right, the next thing you can do to protect your pregnancy is prevention from malaria. So basically, malaria is very it's a very bad thing. Like, it's a bad news in pregnancy. Don't take it lightly. Don't take it for jokes that, oh, what can malaria do? Malaria is just like, it's a minor. No, malaria is not minor in pregnancy. Actually, when you're pregnant, there's nothing you should take lightly, because something you would take lightly could actually affect your pregnancy and may affect the health of the baby, may even cause you to lose the baby. Why am I saying this? Because malaria can cause anemia, it can cause preterm delivery, it can cause the delivery of a small and unhealthy baby. It can even cause the death of your baby and yourself. That's how serious this can get. Okay, so it's important as a pregnant woman to protect yourself from malaria. And how can you protect yourself from malaria? You sleep under a long-lasting insecticide treated net to protect you and your unborn baby from malaria. And if you are in Ghana and you attend antenatal clinic, you would be given the treated insecticide net on your first visit. I think if you're not able to get it on your first visit, you can get it on your subsequent visit. Every pregnant woman in Ghana is entitled to a treated mosquito net, okay, to protect you and your unborn baby from malaria. What other things can you do to prevent you from getting malaria in pregnancy? In pregnancy, we give a medication called sulfadoxine pyrimethamine, and it is a medicine. It's an anti-malarial drug that is often given to pregnant women when they start feeling the movement of your baby. And most women feel the quickening of the baby around 16 weeks. So it is started around that time when you start feeling the movements of the baby. And it is so good in protecting the baby and yourself, the unborn child and yourself from malaria. Unfortunately, women with G6PD defect, whether partial or full defect, cannot take the SP. So if you fall under such category, then you would want to stick to other ways of protecting yourself from malaria, like sleeping under the treated net, so you don't expose yourself to the malaria parasite. I I happen to be just a SPD partial defect, so I did not have the privilege of taking the sulfadoxine pyrimethamine, that's SP, during pregnancy. So I made sure that I protected myself really well, you know, from getting malaria. Next way you can actually protect your pregnancy is by resting, relaxing, and sleeping. Do not underestimate these three things I just mentioned: resting, relaxing, and sleeping. As a pregnant woman, you don't have to be doing strenuous activities. All right, that's why you have support people. That's why it's important to have support persons during pregnancy, family members. Let your family members help you out on household chores and stuff like that, so you don't stress yourself, so you don't tire yourself out, because all those things could, you know, affect your pregnancy and could lead to a miscarriage or something. As a pregnant woman, you should make sure you're sleeping well, you're relaxing, you're having enough rest, so your baby can also grow well in you, so that you don't pose yourself, you know, to any you know, threats, you know, to your pregnancy. So get enough rest to restore your energy. Get support from your partner or other family members with household chores or work. It is very important. Don't try doing everything all by yourself, especially when you're pregnant. Okay, you're already a hero carrying a baby, and you're already doing superhero thing like carrying that pregnancy, and you don't need to prove to anybody that, oh, you are not lazy. No. Let people help you out during pregnancy, so you don't expose yourself or your pregnancy to any mishaps or any unfortunate events. All right, so rest, have enough rest, relax as much as you can, and sleep well. So the next thing I want to talk about on protecting your pregnancy is having safe sex. No, it's not funny, like, don't laugh. It's not what you're thinking. By having safe sex, what I mean is you may have sexual intercourse during pregnancy, but make sure you're not doing it against medical advice. That's all I'm saying. Okay, so let me elaborate further. So you can have sex, but sex is actually like important when you're pregnant. Okay, but what I mean to say is during your first trimester, you have to be careful having sex during your first trimester. Why? Because engaging in vigorous sex during your first trimester during pregnancy could actually predispose you to losing your pregnancy. Okay, vigorous sex during the first trimester is not recommended. All right, because that is when the baby the fetus had just implanted in the womb, and you know, like trying to, how do I even put it, trying to find its roots. All right, it's just like a seed. You just planted a seed. If you're watering that seed, all right, you use a can or something, and you water it gently. You lower the can to actually where the seed is planted, like close to the earth, the ground. You don't lift it up like this, or subject it to, you know, water from like a high current, or water under maybe with that's coming with high pressure, because this could actually uproot the seed. All right, because at that early stage the seed is now trying to, you know, gain roots. And that's the same thing. It's the same applies for pregnancy. During your first trimester, the fetus had just implanted, and it's now, you know, trying to form the placenta. It's now trying to, you know, gain ground. It's like just now trying to establish itself, you know, in that environment. So having sex should be, you should be careful with it. You don't, want to engage in it's like some kind of vigorous sex that would, the next thing you realize you're spotting, and that's just like the end of your pregnancy. All right, so you need to have safe sex during pregnancy, all right, in order to protect your pregnancy. Next thing I want to talk about on protecting your pregnancy is exercise. And by exercise, it's the same thing applies for exercise like it did in the sex. Okay, you are recommended to do simple exercises during pregnancy as long as you feel comfortable. Now the exercises have to be simple. You don't have to do any vigorous, hard exercises. No, you don't need that during pregnancy. You can save all that for after delivery. Okay, but during pregnancy you need just simple exercises to keep you going and to help you even in your during labor, but not something that is so vigorous, something that's so rigorous. No, so simple exercises. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about on protecting or how to protect your pregnancy is personal hygiene. Now we overlook this thing, like I don't know, we often overlook this thing. We don't think it's important, but trust me, I'm a midwife and I have clients who do come in. Oh my God, and the stench, okay, is horrible, is bad, all right? And it's sensitive. This is like talking to someone on their body odor or something. It's a very sensitive topic. If you don't take time, the person might feel offended and all of that. So imagine what midwives have to go through when you don't take care of your personal hygiene. Telling you, oh, you need to bath twice a day and you've got a little stench, so please do this. It's uncomfortable for us as much as it's uncomfortable for you hearing it. All right, so I'd advise you to really take good care of yourself during pregnancy. Take good care of your personal hygiene. See, in pregnancy, I said this in my previous video. In my first 4 months, I thought I was gonna die because I had the worst hyperemesis. I was vomiting the whole time. I wasn't eating and I was always weak. And what I was going through, the last thing on my mind was personal hygiene. The last thing on my mind was getting up to get a shower or brushing my teeth. I couldn't even brush my teeth because I would throw up. All right, but I still had to take good care of myself because it's easy to overlook these things. It's easy to concentrate on the pregnancy, concentrate on whatever you're going through, and forget to take good care of yourself. But we have to remember that personal hygiene is also important. All right, because it even goes a long way to prevent you from having an infection. Because if you don't bath regularly, all right, you could get an infection, and that is still going to affect your pregnancy, affect the health of your baby, could lead to preterm labor or something. So personal hygiene is a topic that's on my heart, and I'm going to treat it as a topic on its own in my subsequent video. And it's really important, like very important. So bath regularly with soap every day, in the morning and in the evening if you can, and clean your tooth with brush and a toothpaste or chewing stick twice a day if you can, in the morning and in the evening. It's so important. Please do it. Do it for me. If you won't do it for anybody, please do it for Auntie Midwife. I thank you. So yes, personal hygiene, please, it's very important. It's a very important way of protecting the pregnancy. Don't underestimate the power of personal hygiene. Last two things I'll talk about on protecting how to protecting your pregnancy is deworming. Your midwife will let you know when in your pregnancy you are good to go to take a dewormer, and so you would definitely have that and it's important to taking the worming tablets according to your test result is very important, because worms can cause anemia, which leads to tiredness and poor health, and anemia is bad news. All right, and you don't want that in your pregnancy. And the other thing I wanted to talk about on protecting your pregnancy is taking tetanus, diphtheria immunization once or twice during your antenatal period. And for that too, your midwife will make sure you get your tetanus shots during pregnancy. It's very, very important. So these are some of the ways by which you could actually protect your pregnancy. And before I end this video, I want to talk about things you should not do during pregnancy. And I have here smoking. You do not have to smoke during pregnancy. The next one is taking unprescribed drugs and concoctions. When you're pregnant, any medication you take in has to be prescribed. You don't joke around when you're pregnant. I've been saying this in my videos. When you're pregnant, it's a different game altogether. When you're pregnant, you're not on your own. When you're pregnant, you need to take good care of yourself. So it is really bad news and not recommended to take in medications that haven't been prescribed by your caregiver.